Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me once again. We are so excited because of everything that's going on with our Kala coin. It's amazing. Um, as you know, we've got three original founders at NUI. That was Richard Smith, Troy Mulestein, and Darren O'Lyon. And the three of them have one single goal, and that goal is to make Kala coin the queen of the realm. Kala is going to be so valuable, so awesome, and that is why the three of them are now doing three different projects. Okay, as I think most of you probably know, Richard and Troy separated from NUI so they could work on some things outside of NUI that would help to make everything we're doing more valuable, more lucrative, more awesome than it could ever be before. So now we have Richard. He's working on a different project. You may have heard of it. I'm not going to mention it here because it's not ready to go yet, but you'll be hearing about it, I think, pretty soon, and it's going to be awesome. So he's off doing his thing, and it's going to be amazing when his thing is ready to go and it launches, right? Troy is off doing a different project. He's working on some other stuff in the financing world, and it's going to be awesome when everything he's doing comes to light. You may have heard about the whole thing with the Trident, right? That you can now purchase both membership, and Kala rigs with a credit card, right? And if you go in there and if you're in your back office, you actually want to purchase now with a credit card, you can. It's awesome. So you can sign people up into NUI, and they can pay with a credit card. Or if you go to the products tab on your back office, you have the option to go and purchase a Kala rig. And now you can do that with a credit card thanks to this concept called Trident. Okay, so Trident is a cryptocurrency that's backed by gold, which is fascinating. And so if you go and you say, I want to buy a rig, okay, then it drops down. It gives you the options for payment. It's got Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, I believe, and then it's got this other one. It's can't remember the initials. I don't know if it's like TDT or something. But anyway, it's Trident. Okay, so if you click on Trident, then it takes you to another screen where you put in all your information, you put in your credit card number, and what you're doing basically is you're purchasing this gold-backed coin, and that now in the back end, behind the scenes, it converts that gold into dollars, right? And that's what then pays for either your membership or your rig. Okay, so those that want to purchase either a membership or a rig can do that now in the back office with a credit card, which is awesome. Now, the one little caveat is that there is an 8% charge that goes to for the fees and all the fees that have to do with buying gold and everything else. So it is 8%. Okay, so for a Kala rig that's $4,000, it ends up being like 4,300 something. Okay, so you have to consider that. You have to think, okay, is that worth it or not? It depends on you and what your plans are. I think it'll be worth it because we know, right, what's going on. It's not a secret that with Kala at 2 cents, right? That's what the end price was for the initial coin offering. Kala at 2 cents. If currently a Kala rig is paying out about 5,000 Kala per day, okay, what is that? Well, that's like $100 a day at 2 cents, right? So, what does that mean? That means that basically, so there's an 8%, right? So it's an extra $300 to pay with a credit card. But if you're getting 5,000 Kala per day, and that at 2 cents, that's $100. Basically, you pay that extra $300 off in 3 days. Yeah. So, because the whole idea is that, in your first month, right, at your 150,000 Kala, right, it's $3,000 at 2 cents. And then your second month, right, you're at now 6,000. And so in your first 2 months, does that extra $300, that extra 8% even matter? not really. So my recommendation, go do it. Go use your credit card and go buy yourself a rig and and pay that extra 8%. Who cares, right? You'll pay that extra $300 off in 3 days. It's awesome. So anyway, just a little comment there. That is now available. You can do that. Yes. So if you're at all thinking about getting a rig, but you couldn't afford it yet because you didn't have the cash, well, now you can do it on a credit card. Okay. So go ahead and take advantage of that. It's going to be fun, to get people excited, getting Kala, coming into their wallets and stuff. So the whole goal here, the message of today is all about Kala, right? And why it is a good idea to get your hands on as much Kala as possible as soon as you can. Okay, because the things that are coming from all three, from what Richard's doing, from what Troy's doing, okay, with Troy, and his deal, that was what brought that Trident thing, so you can pay with credit card, okay, and then what Darren is doing, Darren and Reed and everybody on the NUI side, right? Darren's in charge of NUI. It is amazing. We've heard from our Keystone leaders that there's some amazing things going on in the background with some big giant companies that are interested in partnering with NUI and taking advantage of what we're doing with our Kala blockchain and all of that. And it's huge. We're talking huge numbers, okay, of money that they are willing to, they're wanting to, get involved with us and everything, and it's going to be awesome. All right, so that is happening, and there's supposed to be some big announcement about that coming in the next week or two. Just expect that when it's ready, but that will make this all so legit. So the combination of what Richard's doing on his end, I think most of us know, and what Troy's doing on his end, and then what Darren's doing, and Reed and everything that's coming out with the Kala listings and this new hash power program with Kala and everything. We are at the forefront of something that's going to be so big. You have no idea. And as quicker you can get your hands on some Kala, the better off you're going to be. Okay. That's just my little 2 cents there. That's my Kala's worth, right? 2 cents. Anyway, so today I want to go through, and we're just going to review. We're going to just start at the very basics, and we're going to go through all of everything to do with Kala, everything where we're at right now, and why it's such a good idea to get your hands on some. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to just go through the different stuff here and talk about it. All right, so we're going to start right here. This is the basics of it all. Okay, so we have step number 1, mine Kala, right? How do you get some Kala? Well, you're going to mine it. You could buy it, right, if you want. There are people selling it. And yeah, if you can afford to buy some, great. But we're going to mine some Kala. Okay, we're going to mine Kala by completing simple activities through our Revolutionary Core platform and or traditional mining rigs, right? 2 options, okay? Actually going to be that third option here pretty quick, but yeah, we're going to mine some Kala. We're going to get some, okay? Number 2, we're going to convert those points that we're getting in Core into Kala, right? And that's coming soon. We got our roadmap on that. So we're looking at the first of the year, first part of, so early 2019 is when that's going to happen. So all the integration and being able to use Kala to buy things and use Kala to purchase mining and mintage mining, all that stuff, pay for our membership, and to get paid commissions in Kala. All that's going to come first of the year, right? And of course, after the initial important thing, which is the Kala listings, which is where we can convert that Kala into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin obviously into cash, right? Dollars and whatever. So you can pay your bills, right? That's the whole thing about this is why do we want to get Kala? Well, because it's money and we need money, right? So we can pay our bills. So then the third thing, redeem, right? So you're going to be able to spend your Kala to get anything from the discounted goods, gift cards in the marketplace in Reach, right? So that's all, and that exists right now as far as points go. but definitely don't want to do that in points. You want to convert those points into Kala because then it's more valuable, right? So that's the three-step process. Okay. And what's neat about this, what makes this so unique, is this is what gives Kala its unique value. All right. If you look what's happening in the crypto world today, it's all over the place, and it's definitely it's a long term thing, right? People that got in with Bitcoin back in the early days, their Bitcoin all of a sudden converted. It turned into something way valuable, right? And millionaires were made. Well, not overnight, but pretty quick, right? Relatively quick. People that got Bitcoin back early, all of a sudden, they had 10,000 Bitcoins or whatever, and boom, now Bitcoin's worth, $1,000 or $5,000, whatever it is. And now it's like, oh, I just became, I hit the jackpot, right? And that's what's happened with most of the coins. However, what's kind of fascinating is if you look at the marketplace, you'll notice that all the coins follow Bitcoin, right? So if Bitcoin goes down in value, well, all the other coins go down in value, right? They follow it. Or if Bitcoin starts to go up in value, oh, all the other coins decide to go up. And what's crazy about that is that that's not a true marketplace, right? What that means, what that really proves, is that all those other coins, all those other altcoins, are pretty much fraudulent coins because they should not be tied to the price of Bitcoin. That's like saying that Microsoft is the king of the realm, and if Microsoft stock goes up in value, that all of a sudden Google stock goes up in value and Apple stock goes up in value, and when Microsoft stock goes down, oh, now Apple stock and Google stock go down. That's crazy. That would not happen in a true marketplace, but it seems to happen in the crypto world, which is very frustrating, right? You should see if all of a sudden something's happening with Bitcoin Cash. You should see, oh, okay, maybe people are coming out of Bitcoin and going into Bitcoin Cash, and so now Bitcoin goes down and Bitcoin Cash goes up, or whatever. But that's not what happens. It's all tied together. They all rise and fall at the same time, which is crazy. So what we're trying to do, and that's what gives the critics a lot of ammo, right? The critics, the crypto critics, they're out there and there's no inherent value in cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin, it's just a scam, it's just a bubble, and all this stuff. And in a way, right, I see their point. You can see their point. What they're saying is, where's the inherent value? What makes that real? Well, there's a lot of things that they ignore too, but that is a legit point, right? Is what gives a coin its value. I mean, why would I want to be, in Bitcoin, or why would I want to be in Litecoin or whatever? What advantages does it give me? What am I getting other than it's just an investment coin, right? So that's the problem. Is most coins out there are really just investment coins, right? They're not utility coins. So what gives a coin its utility? What makes it valuable? Where does that inherent value come from? Well, we know, right? We know that it's twofold. The story of Kala, if you read the white paper, you'll know this. The story of Kala is two things that happen. It's how you mine it and how you can spend it. Okay, so just looking at this step 1, 2, 3, right? Earn and use Kala. How do you mine it? Two forms. Number one, you're doing proof of work. Okay, proof of work is when you have hash power that then does the verification process and provides that blockchain service to a company or entity that wants it. Okay, that's number one. Number two is proof of effort. Okay, proof of effort is when somebody, an individual like you or me, can get on our cell phone and do activities, whether it's surveys or app downloads or video watches or whatever it is, where an advertiser is willing to pay for us to do that activity. Okay, those are two reasons. So how you mine it. So proof of work. Okay. So the problem with traditional coins like Bitcoin and others is that their blockchain is not really providing any more value than just the Bitcoin service, right? The Bitcoin verification. If I send Bitcoin to somebody, right, that transaction is verified, and that's what the blockchain stores. There's not really anything else behind that, right? Some of the other coins are trying to do a little bit of that, right? Where on blockchain, what can you do now? There's so many things you can do on blockchain, and we see it in the news all the time. We see everything from medical services to transportation, to produce, or all kinds of things that are now taking advantage of blockchain for real estate and more. Right there's all these verticals, all these different categories that can use blockchain technology to improve everything they do, to improve their efficiency. Okay, and so big companies that have millions of dollars are willing to pay for that. They're willing to pay for that service. Just like if you were to pay for a database service or an e-commerce platform or whatever it is, right? These are services. These are software services that companies are willing to pay for, and they're willing to pay a lot of money for them. Okay, and blockchain is the new and up and coming thing. We know it's brand new. It's just like in the early days of the internet, when email was just barely getting started. Right, that's where we're at with blockchain, and it's going to develop. It's going to grow. It's going to turn into something huge over time as it gets implemented in so many different ways. So these companies are willing to pay big time money for that verification process. So if we go and we get a Kala rig, okay, and we have it mining, we have it producing those verification processes, or we purchase some Kala hash power, right, which is the new product coming out in the next 3 weeks or so. Whether so we can, there's some that want to participate at a lower level than buying a full-on rig for $4,000. Well, yeah, that's coming, and that's a service that we then provide, right? We provide that hash power. Okay, the hash power is what does the verification process. It's what provides that service to these big companies. So there's money behind that. There's real dollars behind that service. They're willing to pay for us to provide that service for them. Okay, it creates a demand, right? It's all about supply and demand. Okay, or on the flip side, there's the proof of effort, where we now do the activities on our phones, and it has real advertising money behind it. We know that if an app says that it's going to pay 100 points for it to download it, we know that 100 points is worth $1, right? Every point is a penny. So it's worth $1 to go download that app, right? Or there might be, I actually seen some that were closer to 1,000 points, which is $10. So they're just paying you $10 to go and download a game on your phone and play it, right? Or to take a survey. I've seen surveys that pay 300 points, right? Or there's some that pay way more. It's fascinating. So yeah, you can earn Kalas doing both ways, right? Proof of effort, proof of work, and it's backed up by real money, whether it's because they're paying for the blockchain service or because it's advertising money paying for you to do something. Okay, so when critics say, well, where's the inherent value? Oh, let me show you. Right, there's real money behind this, right? They paid us, there's dollars in the bank because they paid us for these activities we did, or because they paid us to provide that verification process on a blockchain for them. Oh, and then here's the other killer thing, right? The third step, the redeem step, it talks about discounted goods. Discounted goods. So here's an example. If I take this Galaxy S8, right, and what happens, right? Supply and demand. Okay, supply and demand. So when this first came out, $800, right? $800 for a Galaxy S8 phone, and oh well, yeah, there's demand. I want it, right? I'm willing to pay so much because there's a limited supply of them, and it's cool. It has some great features, and I want it. It's the latest and greatest, so I'm willing to pay that much for the speed and for the memory and all that, right? But then what happens? A year later, the Galaxy S9 comes out. And what does that mean? It means that now the demand is on the Galaxy S9. So what happens to this? Oh, the price goes down, right? The value goes down. And so, because people don't want this one as much. But maybe somebody that had a Galaxy S7 wants the S8. So now they're like wanting to upgrade. They don't want to get the full on new one, but right. So that's the supply and demand in the marketplace and all of that. Well, so here's an example. Stores, right? Stores that have maybe an excess supply of Galaxy S8s that never sold, right? Or flat panel TVs that never sold. So they've got this excess and they need to get rid of them. Okay, they need to fire sale them, right? They need to get them out the door so they can make room for the new stuff, right? Because that's where they're going to make their money is on the new stuff. Well, what are they willing to do? They're willing to give a discount, right? They're willing to say, yeah, we're going to slash prices. We're going to try and get rid of it. So what has NUI done? Well, or Symmetry? They have negotiated with some of these companies, right, to be able to offer some of those amazing screaming deals in the Reach Redemption Center. So if I can then say to somebody, hey, you know what? If you go to eBay or you go to wherever and you're trying to buy this Galaxy S8, right? Maybe you're going to find it for $500, right? So you're thinking, hey, that's not a bad deal. But what if you came to the Reach Redemption Center and in the Reach Redemption Center you found it for $200? What? That's $300 cheaper than you can find it anywhere else. Is that a screaming deal? Of course, right? So what are you going to do? You're going to say, how do I get that thing? But you know what? The only way to get it is if you have Kala, because it's only going to be available with Kala. So what do? Oh, I got to buy some Kala. Where am I going to get some Kala? Right? And they're looking. I got to get Kala. And they're going to find Kala wherever, whether it's on Kala listings or, wherever. They're going to contact you. Sell me some Kala, dude. And you're going to be like, okay, here's my price for Kala. And it's going to create value in Kala because people want it, right? There's a demand now for Kala. Why? Because they're able to get $300 in discount based on the fact that they're buying it with Kala instead of dollars. Is that worth something? Does that give Kala some inherent value? Of course it does, right? So when critics, right, they come on there, where's the inherent value in crypto? Well, we're going to show them. We're going to show them that, yeah, we've got inherent value because of how you mine the stuff, and we got inherent value because of how you're going to be able to spend the stuff, okay? That is the secret sauce. That is what makes Kala so awesome. That is why you want to get as much Kala right now as you possibly can, because there's going to be a demand for it, right? That's what they're creating. That is what Darren and Reed and everybody else is creating with Richard on his project and Troy on his project. They're all working together so they can create this ecosystem, right? This supply and demand where people are going to want to get Kala because it's easy to get when you're just doing stuff on your phone. It's fun to spend because you're getting discounts and deals and stuff, right? It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome. People are going to love it. And that is what is making this thing move. That is why Darren is able to get big players coming in wanting to partner with us. That is why, you got moneymaker guys that are coming in going, oh, okay, we get it. We see it, right? We see the inherent value in Kala. It's the next big thing. It's the next amazing coin, because all the other coins, what are they doing? They're just following Bitcoin. They have no inherent value. They have no backing, right? They don't. All they do is they allow you to buy it, right? That's it. You can either mine it or you can buy it, but there's nothing inherent behind it, right? And how do you spend it? All the other coins, right? How do you spend them? You don't. You have to convert them back into fiat currency to have them be worth anything. Bitcoin's the only one where you can actually purchase some things with it, right? But it's very limited. And so that is what we're doing. That is why Kala is going to be so amazing. And just based on what we know right now, it is so worth it when Richard and Troy bring out their other projects, and when we hear about what's going on with it, this thing's just going to go crazy. Okay, I'm not kidding, guys. This is so awesome. And so, when we think about being part of the next big thing, sure, there's going to be stumbling blocks. There's going to be trial and error. There's going to be issues. There's going to be little problems here and there, and that they have to work through and all that. I know. I hear people. Well, what about this that happened with Mintage, and what about this that happened over there? And you know what I say? I say, you know what? It's for me. It's a non-issue. These little things are not a big deal to me, because I know what's coming. I know we've seen the track record, right? This is not going to disappear, right? Kala is not going to disappear. It's too big already. There's too much interest in it. There's so many millions of dollars been put into the development and everything. They're building that infrastructure, right? And it's going to happen. Is it taking longer than some of us may have hoped? Of course, right? We all wanted this to happen months ago. But is it worth it? That's the question. Is it worth it? Is it going to be worth it when all of a sudden we now have Core working perfectly, because they're going to integrate Core and comp chain and all that, and it's going to be awesome. And we've talked about that, where the advertisers, they want to verify that it's a real person, and they want to verify your data, that you're got real information there. So we've talked about that, right? We've talked about how the blockchain technology makes all of that so possible, right? The whole proof of effort thing now attracts huge, amazing, lucrative offers for us to do. So that part is all coming as well. It's just all the pieces are now coming together. So we just have to have a little bit more vision, right? And think, oh wow, okay, if all of this really does come together in the new year in 2019, my goodness, how amazing we're going to all feel that, wow, I can do core activities and I'm getting paid a bunch of Kala. I can participate in hash power and mining Kala, and getting great benefits from that, getting so much Kala every single month because of my mining. And look where I can spend it now. Look how I can, go into the Reach Redemption Center. Look how I can go sell it on my Kala listings. Or look what Richard and Troy are coming out with that are going to make it even easier, right, to spend my Kala. It's all going to come together, guys, and it's going to be awesome, 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 awesome. So that's just the first slide. Now let's talk about some of these other slides. So here's the thing, right? That we understand. It's all about helping us build and drive Kala's success. Okay, that's what they're doing, right? And so Kala now, because it's all based on a fork of Bitcoin, it's now a user and exchange friendly coin. All right, it's going to be awesome. It's going to allow us to have both those proof of effort and proof of work. And then what it does, it makes Core and Reach ready for Kala, so that it can actually easily integrate and support Symmetry's ecosystem that allows users to mine and earn those Kalas by completing simple activities like doing surveys and downloads and watching commercial videos and stuff, right? So that's awesome. Okay, so how does this all become possible? So the next step we know is this whole peer-to-peer, right? What does peer-to-peer mean? Well, there's 2,000 cryptocurrencies in circulation today, and people are wanting to take advantage of all of this, but they assume, most people assume, that the only way to do it is on an exchange, right? A public exchange. But no, most of trading, a lot of trading, is on a peer-to-peer network. Okay, so there's a website, localbitcoins.com. That's kind of the big one, where you can actually go, instead of using a Coinbase or instead of using something else, you can actually go localbitcoins.com and do peer-to-peer trading. You can actually buy and sell Bitcoin right there, person to person. All right, so that's how it's defined, right? Peer-to-peer or P2P. It's just like there's B2B, right? Business to business. Well, there's P2P, which is peer-to-peer. So Who's your peer? Well, it's just each of us, right? We're peers. And when one person wishes to trade their crypto and a second person agrees to trade that coin for another, right? Then we do a transaction directly. Okay, so there's P2P services. It provides a way for two parties to conduct that transaction, and can be completely hands off, right? Where programming alone matches buyers and sellers who conduct transactions on their own, right? So it can be automated. All right, that's the key thing there. Because I've done it. I've sold some kala. Right? I had some people from Latin America who said, "Hey, we're interested in getting some kala," and from a guy from Venezuela, right? And he didn't have very much. It was only he had like $38. That was it. Okay, $38, which in Venezuela that's a lot. That's like a whole month's salary. Okay, so he sent me $38 in PayPal, and I was able to send him, I sold him call it at 3 cents worth. Okay. And, so it's like, I don't know, 1,600 call or something. But anyway, so I did that. But we had to depend on what? On a third party. We had to depend on PayPal. We had to depend on him trusting me, right? He sent the money first, then I sent the call to him, right? So he had to trust me, and that I would actually fulfill that he was going to send me money, and that I wouldn't just keep the money and go, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Right? No, there was some trust there. So what this automated peer-to-peer thing does is it makes it so we don't have to worry about that trust factor, right? It allows for somebody to put a listing on there and say, "Hey, I'm buying at this price or I'm selling at this price." And because it's inside our Kala wallet, the Kala is already there, accessible, and it's just a matter of them. You put in your Bitcoin address, they're going to send Bitcoin to you, and then boom, now that automatically sends Kala to them, and the platform did it for you, right? So you don't have to worry about the trust. You don't have to worry about using PayPal or something, right? You can just do it directly. Okay, so that is the neat thing about this peer-to-peer trading, that we can actually see how that all works, and we can kind of define the pricing. We can control it all, because like it says here, it provides a great alternative to traditional centralized exchanges, which is a good thing, because over the past year we've seen the demise of hundreds of crypto coins due to the hasty decision to get on a public exchange too soon, right? So in order to increase longevity and stability, Kala is going to focus on use cases, infrastructure, and market adoption before taking that vital step. So that's why they're confident that their decision to wait to join the exchange until the time is right is going to protect all of us, right? Because this is for long-term success. That's the goal here, right? We don't want pump and dump. We don't want manipulation. That also happens. Hear about it all the time, where new coins get on there and then they attack it. There's a fork, right? Like Bitcoin Cash just did a fork a couple days ago, and it the people, the enemies, went and bought all this hash power and attacked it, right? Trying to kill the new fork, so it wasn't viable and all that. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that happening to our Kala coin, right? We want to be powerful and robust. We want to have case study. We want to have our own Kala network with, the 4 petahash, with having 10,000 rigs out there and everything. We can defend ourselves, right? It's like the wild, wild west, right? You got to put up your fort. You got to put up your walls. You got to get ready to defend yourself before you go out in the marketplace. If you just went out there, you get eaten alive. Okay, so that's the whole point. And what this does is it makes it secure, simple, and safe. All right. So it's going to be fun. And all of this happening when? Well, let's look at the roadmap here. So the roadmap is this. So we know we've got what we've been dealing with, or what we've done in the past, right? Which was we started out with rigs and everything, and issuing the wallets and all that. So let's look at the graphic. So the audit with the ICO, started doing the rig pre-sales, then they issued the Kala, they finished the blockchain code and all that. We began mining. They confirmed, or they had continued sales of mining rigs, started issuing those mining rigs out, and then they actually gave us our wallet in July. And then, of course, the next step is to do the Kala listings, right? Where we're going to be able to trade Kala for Bitcoin. That's coming in December, so a few weeks away. And then, of course, beginning of 2019, early 2019, we'll have this Kala integration, where we'll now be able to start using Kala in the Reach Redemption Center, using Kala to buy, mining agreements and whatever in Mintage to buy our membership, all that in NUI. And then, of course, the goal is to get to that targeted hash power, 4 petahash, and then we'll be ready to go on the exchanges. Now, mid 2019, that is an estimate. Okay, we don't know. That could actually come quicker because it depends on us. If we go out and really push, if we go out and go crazy and tell people how awesome Kala is and how they should get a rig and how they should buy hash power with the Server X program and all that stuff, then you know what? That could happen a lot quicker. It actually could, because it's just a matter of getting to a certain value, a certain case use, a certain amount of petahash on our own Kala network, all of that. And then we can finally say, okay, let's pull the trigger. Let's go out on the exchanges once we're comfortable, right? But, that depends on us. If we go crazy and it all happens in, the first 90 days, great. That's even better. Okay. So it really does. At the end of the day, it depends on you and me getting it out. So let's just talk real quick about these frequently asked questions, right? What is Kala? All that stuff. What is cryptocurrency? If you don't know what cryptocurrency is, please go look this up. We got to have a wallet, right? Most people are using Coinbase. In Japan, they're using Bitflyer. In Mexico, they're using Bitso. There's a bunch of them. BitGo's pretty worldwide. So you got to have your Kala wallet, right? What is Kala? Well, it's a variant of Bitcoin, okay, that allows for all kinds of benefits. Like, for example, we just talked about the inherent value. You have proof of effort, which is core. Okay, you got your existing ecosystem, multiple mining methods. Awesome. Okay, and how do you mine it? Well, like we talked about, using a rig or using hash power or doing core activities. What can you do with it? You can spend it, right? That's the cool thing. You can spend it or convert it into Bitcoin and then later dollars. How can you get it? Right now, it's mining it or buying it. And how many will be issued? 21 billion. So there's a limit, which creates great supply and demand. How is it issued? You get it in your wallet, okay? And there's no refund policy. Okay, so good stuff, right? It's all here on the Kala Coin website. You can go look at the frequently asked questions. It's good stuff. Then, of course, the other thing you want to do is on that website is this the white paper. Okay. Now, the white paper, so important. Currency for a complete digital economy. Right. And it just had all the details here, right? How to do core activities, app downloads, offer trials, trial subscriptions, retail rewards, the Kala coin, exchange rate, market flow, distribution, all this stuff, right? Hash power thresholds, milestones. So all that, just go read it. It's only 23 pages, not that long. It's actually beautiful, beautiful little white paper. And after reading this, you will understand exactly what the plan is. Okay. And then, of course, you go get yourself your Kala wallet, right? It's totally free. That's also on the Kala website. So wallet.kalacoin.io. And this is how it works. You got your dashboard, you got send and receive activity, contacts, all that stuff. And then where the Kala listings is going to show up is right here in this blank space. Okay. We're going to see the listings right there. And that's where we're going to be able to go in and put in, hey, this is how much I'm selling, or hey, I see that you're buying, I want to sell some to you, and you do that transaction right here inside your Kala wallet, right? So that's coming in December, so a few weeks away. That's going to be awesome. Okay, so let's just talk real quick about the goal here. Obviously, then is how much Kala can I get, right? I've got coming up on 2 million Kala. I'm super excited about that because I know what that means. But the goal is to get as much Kala as you possibly can. So how do we do it? Okay, first step is to participate in core. All right, because there's really three ways to get Kala besides buying it. All right, and that is doing proof of effort here in core. Right, so you can do some of these offers. Check out these apps. These are pretty cool. So originally those that have been around for a while know the original concept was getting in and downloading apps, getting paid for downloading apps. Well, so that concept is very real. Here it is. Check this one out. Final Fantasy, right? Go on your Android phone, download the game, 960 points. Okay, so that's basically right there. That's so 1,000 points. That's almost $10, right? So just for going and downloading that game, you're going to get $10. Okay, so that's pretty good. Same with this one, inbox dollars. This one's good for iPhone, right? So on the iPhone, 960 points. That's almost $10 just for downloading that. And with this one, World War Rising, if you like war games. Here's a cute Disney one, 84 points. Not a ton, right? But still, almost $1 just for downloading that game. Lords Mobile. There's all kinds of opportunities for getting points. Okay, check this one out. Here's a cooking dash game. So I guess you go make hamburgers. So 624 points. That's basically $6 for downloading that game on your phone. It has both iPhone and Android. Okay, so that's really cool, right? Isn't that amazing? You can go do some apps. You can go watch some videos. I do that every day. I just turn on the videos and actually get paid for watching videos as I'm at work and stuff. You've got these different offers you can do. Hey, if you're into some of these things, right? If you're gonna maybe go to Wendy's, right? Hey, look at that, 96 points just for getting the Wendy's app, right? And getting a gift card, 96 points to go do something at Arby's. Okay, so there's all kinds of things that hey, look at that, Olive Garden, 96 points. Okay, going to McDonald's. Who doesn't go to McDonald's? All right, there it is, 96 points. Red Lobster, right? So there's all kinds of offers you can do to get points, and then offer walls and surveys and things like that. Okay, so there's stuff to do. There really is, and it's not hard. It's not complicated. And then the next thing that's really fun is the retail rewards, right? So we all go shopping. We all love to, if we're going to Macy's, we're going to on vacation, we're going to stay at a hotel, buy stuff for our pets at Petco. We're at Walmart, right? Buying some stuff at Walmart, Bed Bath and Beyond. Why not, right? Why not get some free points, cash back for just shopping through this Home Depot, right? 1.2% points back on that. So there's all kinds of ways to earn points, whether you're doing the core activities or you're going shopping, retail rewards, the stuff you do anyway, right? You're going shopping at Walmart anyway. You're going to Office Depot anyway. Why not get points back when you're doing it through retail rewards? Okay, and we like to waste our time playing games on our phones anyway. Why not go get one of these games that actually is going to pay you to do it, right? So that's cool. And then of course, what do? Well, you take those points and you come over here. And so currently at the Reach Redemption Center, everything's priced in points because they haven't done the Kala integration yet, but that's coming. That's being developed right now. And as we saw on the roadmap, it's all going to come first of next year, where we'll be able to say, yep, I'm going to trade my points in and get some Kala. All of this will then be available in Kala pricing. Okay, and there we go. We have a Walmart gift card. Okay, Walmart gift card, 1,500 points, $15 gift card, right? 2,000 points, $20 gift card. So you can see every point's worth a penny. That's where that number comes from. Okay, you got Amazon gift cards, right? 1,000 points gets you a $10 Amazon gift card. You get a great stocking stuffer, right? For those that do Christmas, great. Okay, $10 in gift cards, perfect. Okay, so that is where it's all going to happen, right? Or You can come back and say, well, I didn't find anything on Reach that I was interested in. I'd rather just cash it out, get some dollars. Okay, cool. Come back, go to your Kala wallet, jump on listings, and find somebody that's willing to buy your Kala from you, and away you go. Right now, of course, this is all going to be so much better. Right, we're going to find some amazing deals. Here in Reach with like I was talking about at the beginning. So I think most people are just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to spend my call up on getting amazing deals in the Reach Redemption Center. Okay, so that's the ecosystem, right? That's how it all works. All the pieces fit together. Now, the final piece, of course, is if we want to mine, right? If we don't want to actually do the activities or want to enhance what we're doing, right? Supplement what we're doing in core, then of course we're going to want to come and get either a rig or a hash power agreement. Okay, these coin contracts, and you can see here I've got a Kala contract. Okay, I've got 4,000 giga hash, which is 4 terahash. It's active. I've paid my hosting fees, good through December 13th, and it is producing right around 5,000 Kala per day. All right, and that actually goes then, and we got our wallets here. We got our Kala wallet, so that's what it looks like, right? So we can get coin contracts, and coming in the next 3 weeks or so, that will be made available. You can buy a rig right now, right? If you go here to purchase, it'll have the option to buy a rig, and as we mentioned, you can actually buy a rig now with a credit card from your back office. Now, so at the Mintage site, they don't have that yet. Can't actually use Trident on the Mintage website, but you can use Trident on the NUI back office. Okay, so in the NUI back office, you go in, you can actually buy your rig there with your credit card. Okay, but coming soon, coming in the next few weeks here, we're going to have the option to buy these coin contracts, and you're going to be able to buy so much gigahertz, right, or terahash of Kala mining, and then of course that will deposit into your Kala wallet, and then you can transfer from your Kala wallet in Mintage over to your Kala wallet that came from Kala, right, from Symmetry. So you kind of have two Kala wallets, right? You've got your main Kala wallet here, and then you've got your Mintage mining Kala wallet, which really the only thing it's there for is to receive what's being mined. Right? So you can see here I've got my Kala mining going on. So they just deposit in there, then you transfer from there to the other one, because that's really where you're going to be able to do it and use it. So that is what we've got, guys. This is the whole structure. There's other things coming out, obviously, in the next few weeks and months that will make this even better than what I've just described right now. But it is a full ecosystem. It's it got the whole plan. It's been messy getting here. I admit it, but it is definitely coming together. They're cleaning it up. They're providing new ways for all of us to participate, from our legacy team, everybody that's come in from 2 years ago up until now. We finally will have something that everyone can feel comfortable about. And the neatest thing about this, let me finish with this. It's free. It's free, right? You might be asking yourself, if you're seeing this for the first time, you might be going, well, okay, now this sounds great. How do I join, right? How do I get started with all of this? Well, guess what? The good news is you can join for free, okay, and get yourself a Kala wallet. You can get yourself a core account, right, and start doing core. You can start doing retail rewards. All of this is absolutely and totally free to participate in. Okay, even free members can actually even buy a rig. Okay, now obviously the rig's not free; you got to buy it. But now the only caveat is that I believe these coin contracts are going to require that you do be a paid member. Now, what is a paid member? Okay, so think of it like this. Think of it like you can go on Amazon and do stuff for free, right? You can shop there and participate, and it's great. Or you can be an Amazon Prime member. Now, a Prime member, how much is that? Prime member is, I think it's now $125 a year, right? It's an annual cost. I think they do break it down now if you want to be on a monthly plan. I believe they do have that, but typical traditional Prime membership at Amazon is $125 a year, right? And what does that get you? It gets you extra stuff. It gets you free shipping on certain items, right? It gets you Amazon Video, so you can watch video like Netflix. It's got some discount programs with travel and some other stuff, right? So it's kind of cool to be able to do that and be a Prime member. I'm a Prime member. I use Amazon a lot, so it made sense to me to do that. And that is the same thing with all of this, with NUI and Kala and everything that we're doing. Is you can join for free. You can participate, you can have fun, you can get those points, you can get the calls, you can spend the calls, you can do it all, right? But if you would like to get some extra benefits, right, some extra perks, then you would want to be what we call a NUI paid member. Okay, so a NUI paid member, just like an Amazon is an annual thing. It's $150. Okay, and what does that get you? It gets you, there's an education piece, NUI education. There's some other marketing tools, because the point of all of this, of being a paid member, is that maybe you might want to share this with your friends and family, right? Maybe you see how awesome this is and how it's gonna take over the world, right? And why not get involved? And as you start doing it and have a good experience, well, maybe you're thinking, oh yeah, I want to tell my friends and family about this, right? And maybe they want to participate and get some Kala and that. And by doing so, they're going to give you basically a finder's fee, right? They're going to pay you a commission. They're going to give you bonuses when you refer other people. Okay, so just like other companies do, just like Vonage, Vonage telephone service. If you go and tell a few friends about it, they'll give you a free month, right? I think certain cell phone companies do that, right? If you tell some friends and family about joining Sprint or whatever, you'll get a free month at Sprint and whatever. So same kind of thing, right? It's an affiliate program where you, for just $150, to be a paid member, you now get the perk of being able to refer other people and team build and actually earn commissions and bonuses when the people that you bring into this program start taking advantage of it, right? They start doing the core activities and earning calls. They start doing, buying the rigs and the hash power and all that. You can actually earn commissions and bonuses whenever they do that and they participate. So it's a great idea if you're looking for a way to make some side money, right? Just a part-time thing, a little part-time gig in your spare time. This is the answer. It's super cheap, super accessible, and a great way to make some extra money for Christmas or whatever you're doing. So with that, appreciate your time. Please get back to the person that referred you to this video and have them answer your questions, right? Have them send you a link to sign up for free. And then if you like it, then hey, we'd love to welcome you to our team, and we'll work together. We'll provide training and support and everything. If you're interested in doing this as a little part-time business, we're happy to help out. So with that, I'll let you get back to your Saturday. Thanks so much. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.